Welcome to this MidiManager tutorial. I am the creator of MidiManager, and in this video I'll teach you the basics of MidiManager. This is MidiManager. In this tutorial I'll be using version 2.0. If MidiManager looks a bit different for you, you might be on a later version. MidiManager supports multiple devices. You can change what device you have selected over here on the devices panel. For this tutorial I'll be using a MIDI device, but what I'll be showing works the same way for all devices. In the middle we can see our MIDI device. This is where we can select inputs. When we have selected our input, we can bind functionality on it. We can pick any feature from the list, and we can add as many features as we wish. Some useful things to know when selecting input is that you can Ctrl-click to select multiple inputs at once. You can also Shift-click to box select inputs. You can also use Smart Select to select all buttons or controllers at once. As you can see, you can bind different things to controllers and buttons. Let's select a button, and now we can bind some functionality on it. For example, if I want this button to pause my music, I will go to the right and choose Media Functions. Then, in the functionality panel, I'll select Pause or Play. Notice how the icon of the Media Functions has now appeared on this small panel. This panel is used to get a quick overview of what features are binded to your current selection. If we want to reset all the binds for this button, we can do that by pressing this button. We can also undo this change with this button, or redo this change with this button. You can also hover over these buttons to find out what the shortcuts are. If I wanted this button to mute Google Chrome, I select Mute Control. Then I choose the built-in Google Chrome for the program. Now, if I press this button, it will toggle Mute Google Chrome. Since this is a MIDI device, we can also change the colors of the buttons. You can do this with the LED features. For now we'll be using the simple colors feature. If I change the idle color, I can see that directly on my device. I can also see the idle color on the input select panel. This red line indicates that the idle color for this button is red. If I want this slider to control the volume of iTunes, I will select volume control. And because I want to control iTunes with the slider, I should now select iTunes here. But iTunes does not show up in this list. Up until now I've been showing you how to use programming related features like mute control using the built-in programs. These are the programs that MidiManager automatically recognizes when it starts. The reason why I don't see iTunes as a built-in program in this list is because I don't have iTunes open right now. So I will launch iTunes. Once I have launched iTunes, I'll right click on the functionality panel and press refresh built-in programs. Now I can select iTunes in the list. Now I can use this slider to control the volume of iTunes. In case you don't see the program you're looking for in this list, you can manually add any program that you'd like. Just press add programs and click on the program that you would like to add. Now Chrome is always available in the list. Manually adding programs to MidiManager this way has another benefit. If I now launch Chrome after I start MidiManager, I won't have to refresh the built-in programs, because Chrome will always be in the list. Something important to know is that you can save using this button or by pressing Ctrl S. In MidiManager you can have multiple profiles for each device. You can for example have one profile that you use while gaming and another one that you use while streaming. You can switch profiles here. You can also switch profiles with your device using the profile feature. You can create new profiles using this button. You can also get some additional options by right-clicking on a profile. If you favor the profile, MidiManager will select that profile by default when it launches. If you press Escape or press on this button, the home panel will become visible. This home panel allows for some quick navigation within MidiManager. If you want to play audio clips using MidiManager, you'll need a feature called Clips. To play our own clips with MidiManager, we first need to add them. We do this by adding them to a specific folder. We will press on Manage Clips and the folder will open. After pasting our MP3 file in here, we need to make sure that MidiManager refreshes. So we will press the refresh button. I can also right click on the functionality panel and press refresh. This will achieve the same thing. Now we can select our clip from the box. Pressing this button will now play our clip. In the top left corner we can find the help button. This opens a window with some useful information. You can for example find a list of all the shortcuts you can use in MidiManager. That's it for this basics tutorial. If you have questions, need help or have a suggestion for a new feature, feel free to let me know in the Discord server. And with that said, thanks for watching and goodbye.